So with Rod Stringer, the manager of Chelmsford City. Firstly, congratulations, Rod. You're in the final of the Essex Senior Cup. How did you rate the performance against Heybridge?
I thought we'd done well. I felt, first half was a little bit of, as I just said there in the previous interview, I thought we was a little bit luckless. I don't know whether Heybridge raised their game or we was just a little bit off it, but we come in 0-0. I just felt really it wasn't what we asked them to do. I felt we got the intensity up second half and the quality, and then the goals come with that. And I thought there was some good performances out there. I thought Kane Ainsman played well. As I said, it was a game for giving people minutes like Luke Daly, Josh Hill. So we changed the side from about 7 players, I believe, something like that, from what had played on the Saturday. So it was an ideal situation to give the players a run, get some 90 minutes into them. But most of all, then players needed to perform to get us over the line. And as I say, I thought 4-0 was a fair reflection of the game.
Yeah, I was going to say to you, there were certain players who stood out during that game, and one of them was Kane Ainsman. Players like him who've not had loads of first-team opportunities. It must be pleasing for you when you bring in a player like that and they show that sort of attitude and performance.
Yeah, Kane, I brought Kane into the club because I feel he's quite a bright footballer. And showing that on Monday night, you could see a lot of glimpses there that he's a little bit different to what we've got. He can open the game up for you. But I was quite pleased with a few others. I thought Luke Daly had gone out there second half, done well. Obviously we moved it about. We went to a 4 at the back, and it was nice to have a look at Josh Hill in a 4-4-2. But although we did change it slightly because we felt that we looked better with a 3. Overall it was a good night for us. It was a good win, good performance, and obviously got us into the final. But if you had to look at anybody on the night, I suppose you'd have said, probably Kane Ainsman stood out. Kane wasn't available Saturday because he was ill, but he'll be back in the squad for this week.
And next you'll be facing Stoke in the final. Aside from having a good season of their own, you're looking forward to taking them on?
Yeah, I think it'll make the cup final a little bit better for the fact is that it is a Conference South final. So I think that's going to make it a better final. It's going to certainly make it a tougher final for sure. Not that that's taken anything away from lower opposition, because I've seen it happen along loads of times that, I think even last year, I think Concord just about beat Heybridge Swifts in the final. But I think I'm looking forward to it because I think it'll be a good final. Just waiting to confirm where the venue is at the moment, so I'm not too sure. I'm here in Dagenham, but it may be Colchester or possibly Southend. So it'll be a good stadium wherever we go. And I think both sides will be looking to win it for, as I said, to bring a bit of silverware home. It's the first year for East Thurrock to be in this league, so they're obviously going to look to try and sort of, to them, stay in the league, which I think they pretty much would have secured enough points by now. And obviously the cup final will be quite a big cup final for them. So, same with us. I don't think we've won it for quite a few years now. So, the Chelmsford fans have been a little bit disappointed that they haven't had a chance to go and pick that trophy up, because, as I say, if reality is winning the FA Cup's always going to be very, very tough, as we know. Lincoln or Sutton might have a chance of that this year, but very rare does it happen. The trophy we got down to the last 9, as people say, so we've done our best in that, and this is the one that's feasible. So we're down to the last 2 in the Essex Senior Cup now, so we just got to hope that we can get over the line and bring the cup back.
Okay, just get back to league matters. Obviously you drew one with St Albans on Saturday, and judging by what you were quoted as saying after the game, you obviously saw it as 2 points dropped rather than 1 point gained. Do you feel perhaps there was a need for the team to be more ruthless in front of goal?
Yeah, that was my disappointment on Saturday. I felt that we just wasn't ruthless enough. We had good opportunities. I watched them again on the video, on the highlights, and I just felt that really the chances we had, probably more for Elliott than anybody else, but Jeffers did have 1 or 2 opportunities as well, and that was disappointing, because I think if they was as good as we was on the day, I think we win the game. I think their overall performance was okay. It was just being that little bit of clinical in the last third. I think we could have won the game. I think definitely, and when I spoke to Ian Allenson only a couple of days ago, he said if you'd have got the second, you'd have won the game, and that's how it seemed to me. But whilst the game's at 1-0, if that was one of my teams at 1-0, I would have really looked to have had a good go last 10-15 minutes at least to try and salvage something. And to be fair, they did. They come at us, and in the end, they could have probably nicked it as much as we could have nicked it right to death. So I am disappointed we never won the game. It's definitely 2 points dropped. It's not a point gained. But we have to still look at our own record in the leagues intact. That takes some doing. We're now in the middle of February, and touch wood, we haven't been beaten at home. So we've got to take all them positives into Saturday's game. We did beat Dartford at Dartford recently, so that's going to be in their minds. I think there's a few little little issues to sort out over there as well from Saturday. From when we played them last time, it was quite an entertaining game. One of their players got sent off, and but I know Tony Berman and Steve Mosley very well, and they know that we'll be going there to look to win the game, and I'm sure they're going to want to make sure that they get the 3 points as well.
Obviously, as you say, you got the win there at the FA Trophy. Will you approach them in the same way as you did for that game, or are you going to sort of change things around?
No, obviously we look at personnel, we look at what we think suits us at this moment in time. The bottom line is we don't ever really go and play teams to try and sort of match them up or nullify them and sit behind the ball. We play attacking football. We want to win the game, and that's what we do, and that's what we've done in all the last three games that we've played. I felt the FA Cup one here we left too much too late to do, and you can't give teams like that a 3-0 start. But we showed a lot of character that day to come back. I thought the draw probably, I felt we shaded it on the day, and we had to accept that. And on the trophy, when we beat them the other week, it was probably having the extra man and then losing a man was probably the key point to that game. So, as I say, but I've got no control of that. It was a sending off, and we just have to get ourselves right, starting with tonight, and go there on Saturday and get the boys revved up, and who knows, hopefully it could be a good game. And as I say, it's not a must-win game, it's more a must-not-lose game.
That's great. Thanks for your time, Bob.
Cheers, mate.